Hi, this is Meteorologist Steve Pellettiere, and I am the Weatherman. Thanks for checking into the weathermanpod.com. On this Tuesday, it is the 15th day, the midpoint of the month of April, 2025. And a look at our weather situation. Well, it looks like the weather continues to be quite active. However, it's basically going to be generally fair across much of the nation's midsection to the eastern seaboard. Well, here on the weathermanpod.com, we always talk about meteorology, and the air that we live in is almost never at rest. But we're going to ask it to stand still for just a while so that we can talk about the various parts and how it's situated. Scientific, we should call it the atmosphere, and our study just happens to be meteorology. Meteorology doesn't necessarily mean the study of meteorites. The Greek word from which it was formed means things in the sky. Meteorites do enter the picture because they plunge into the atmosphere from outer space. It's a meteor when it's moving through the atmosphere. It's a meteoroid when it's out in space, and it's a meteorite when it hits the ground. And I've been looking for meteorites on the ground for many, many years. Best thing to do is to buy them from the old Edmund Scientific years ago. But that's not basically what we're talking about today. We're talking about the air in motion and meteorology. And it looks like high pressure is the main feature from the nation's midsection to the eastern seaboard. Had a frontal system move through on Monday evening, basically just with a few showers. And now an area of low pressure is across Montana, sections of the western Dakotas, in Wyoming, northern Colorado, northern Utah, and even sections of Nevada. And because of it's now April, it looks like mostly rain in those situations, except for the highest elevations of the Rockies across northwestern sections of Montana where there is some snow. But also rain across the Sierra Nevada and also the San Joaquin Valley of California might get a few showers out of this situation as well. But if you're traveling on this Tuesday, it looks like fair weather in Charlotte and Atlanta and down in Central and South Florida. No problems there. Also dry in Chicago, but fair and chilly in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Looks like dry weather in Houston and Dallas, Fort Worth, and generally dry from San Diego to L.A., but maybe some showers, but just a lot of clouds around San Francisco and Palo Alto. Dry conditions up in Portland and also up in Seattle, Tacoma. In the New York area, we're looking at a partly sunny, breezy day today. There might be an April shower. Our high temperatures for the day will range up between 60 and 65. Similar situations from D.C. up to the Boston area, although Boston will be cooler in the 50s and with more cloud cover and a better chance of some of those showers. At night, it will be clear and chilly with nighttime lows generally in the 30s to lower 40s. Another sunny day coming up on Wednesday. Wednesday's high temperatures will range back up to near 60 degrees, so a little bit cooler there, 50s to near 60. And by Thursday, warming up nicely back into the 60s and maybe some showers arriving sometime around the middle portion of the weekend. In the meantime, though, looks like our weather situation is pretty nice for this middle of April, and we'll talk to you first thing on the 16th as we get into the second half of the month. Have a great day. Talk to you first thing on Wednesday. Take care.